Hi everyone! I just got back from doing groceries. I went to Target at first, but they didn't have what I wanted. So I went to Walmart and got everything for the next week or two. But yeah, you're gonna watch me put everything away. Everything that we got. Probably gonna color again after, maybe just talk randomly about stuff. Because I put everything away. I just got mainly fruits and vegetables, some spinach dip. I got chicken that's on the counter over there that I had to like break down, and I usually will take a chicken breast and then cut it in half. But yeah, I got some drinks and some chips protein bars. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just gonna do that, and then we'll probably go to the gym later. It's Friday today, and tomorrow we get to sleep in, and I'm so happy. We have nothing else. I have nothing else to do though. I think Jamal is coming home early today from work. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch some more. What was I watching? I think Spill Sesh. Yeah, I'm gonna watch some Spill Sesh. Watch some YouTube drama while I fill up this thing. Hopefully this thing works. And then I'm gonna break down the chicken, and then I'll probably color a little bit and like talk about stuff that I just forgot to talk about the other day. Yeah. Okay, dishes are done. Clean the sink. All my dishes there. I got this little lemon thing from Amazon. That'll be a cute little pop of color. I have some chicken in this crock pot going. It's literally super easy. Open it up for you. It's super easy. It's a shredded Mexican chicken. It's literally 3 chicken breasts that I put in there. And you're supposed to use fired roasted diced tomatoes, but I ran out of the can, and this is all I had. So 1 can of this, and then whatever seasonings that you like to use. I just use salt, garlic powder, chili powder, and a little bit of cumin, and those two. And then you just mix it all together and put it in there. You can do it high for 3 hours or low for like 5 to 6. So I'm doing it low for 6 hours because I put it in pretty early. And then I filled up the water thing. I filled it up 2 or 3 times, I think 3 times, and then dumped it out so that the filter can be like cleaned out. Yeah, I'm gonna put that away. Everything in the fridge is kind of like where it needs to be. I need to clean out and see if those green beans are still good. And yeah, I'm gonna go sit down and color and kind of like talk about stuff. But I was just breaking down some chicken that I put in the freezer. There's another bag in the fridge too, but I got these a while ago. They're reusable Ziploc bags, and I love them. This one has chicken for another crock pot meal, and then this one just has regular like chicken that we'll use in the pan. And then I have to put all those bags away into the closet. But yeah, I'm gonna go. This is, oh, I haven't really showed it, but this is our living room. I have to get a new TV because the movers, there's a TV back there, the movers broke it. Someone's calling me. Yeah, this is our living room. And I'm gonna go sit over there, and I'm gonna go color and talk about some more stuff. Or maybe not talk, I don't know, we'll see. But I'll see y'all over there. I didn't realize the camera turned off. I don't know at what point it turned off, but I was gonna talk about like animes because I realized last night when I was going through the footage that I recorded the other day that I literally didn't even talk about Attack on Titan. And it's funny because, like, I started watching it, like, 2 years ago, I think, or something like that. And I started it with my husband, and I got to maybe, like the 4th episode, I think, or something, but, like, I just could not get into it, because it was just, like, people getting ripped apart and, like, dying consistently. And I was like, is this the only thing the show is going to be about? Like, I'm not really trying to watch this for a couple seasons. And then I stopped watching it, but my husband kept watching it. He was like, no, you gotta keep watching it. It's so good, it's so good. Like, other stuff happens and all this stuff. And I was like, nope, I'm never gonna watch it. Never, ever. I can't get into it. And then I tried when he was deployed, but still was like, nah, I don't want to. And then when he came home, he was like, we're gonna sit down and watch it. So that's what we did. And I ended up liking it. So we watched all the seasons and caught up to it. So I think the next one comes out in January, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I completely forgot about that one. Yeah, I also was gonna talk about a mental health disorder called OCD, which I know many people probably know about. But I was gonna talk about it before, but I didn't, because I didn't really know how to talk about it. But I guess I was just, I don't know, I guess I wanted to talk about, like, my experience with it, because in my case, unless I told you flat out, if I met you, you wouldn't know that I had OCD. I try and not be super obvious about it, because I don't like attention on me like that. But yeah, I think it was in, I've known I've kind of had it for a long time, a couple years, but it started manifesting more and affected my life more when I went to college, and couldn't really, like, control my environment, which that's kind of like the root problem for me, is, like, being in control and, like, knowing the outcomes of stuff. There's also another aspect, but it started affecting when I left that campus to go back home, and started affecting my sleep. Could not sleep because I was anxious all the time. Started affecting, I had, like, no appetite because I was just, like, so anxious. Zero appetite, wasn't eating, like, healthy or well at all. I wasn't sleeping. And then I was like, oh, I can deal with this, it's whatever. It was not whatever. But I was a nanny at the time for this family, and I still talk to them. They're amazing, and I miss them. But it started affecting my work, because I wouldn't show up to work late, but there was a few times where I almost did because of like, my little routine that I had to do when I left the house, and I would get really, like, tired if I had to drive for a long time, and I was like, nah, I can't do this. Like, I'm not about to put these kids' lives in danger. Like, there's no way. So I told my mom, and my mom was a pediatrician, so she knew, well, she also knew someone because we had gone to therapy as kids before, but she knew someone that I could go to, so I was very lucky, and I was able to get an appointment with someone, and basically worked with them, and that was when I had talked to her, it was in 2017. So it was pretty recent-ish. 1921. It's like 3 or 4 years ago. And she basically, like, told me how the OCD works and how it's kind of like a weed in your mind. Like, you can try and stop doing your compulsions, and you can try and stop doing whatever it is that, like, makes you tick, I guess. But unless you take the root problem out, like, they're gonna come back, and you're never gonna stop doing what you're doing. Which, it made sense to me. And so my thing is with turning things off and closing things. And I knew it was a problem when I was living back home, and I would take my dog out. I would take my dog outside through our garage door, and I remember one night. It was the night where I realized, like, this is not normal. This is not normal. I went outside, had him on the leash. He did his business, and we come back inside, and I went to lock the door. It was a top lock and then, like, the little doorknob lock. And I locked it, walked through the garage, and I was like, did I really lock the door? Like, let me just double check real quick, like, you know, just normal. Turned around, looked at the lock, and I was like, yep, it's locked, okay. Went back to the garage door that leads into the house, and I was like, did it really lock though? Like, did I really, really lock it? Or did I just think that I locked it? So at this point, I let go of the leash, and my dog was just, like, running around the garage. And I went back to the door, unlocked it, and then relocked it. And I was like, Camille, it is locked. It's locked. Like, just go inside and go to bed. So I went back inside, and I was inside at this point. I closed the door, and then it happened again with the door that led to the garage. And I was like, oh my god, like, I can't, like, why is this happening? Like, I don't like this. And so I went upstairs, got ready for bed, went to, like, laid in my bed. I was just laying there like, Camille, you locked the door. You locked it like 4 times. Like, stop thinking about it. You're fine. Like, nothing's gonna happen. You're okay. Like, just go to sleep. And I did not sleep that night, but I did not get back out of bed. So that was, like, that's what I've had to do for a couple months. Like, just to control myself. Like, no, you did it. It's fine. And then, yeah, I would just, like, force myself to, like, either lay in bed or keep driving. Or, like, I would have to watch the garage close and stay closed, because I would always think, like, if I drove away as the garage was closing, that it wouldn't close, or, like, what if it didn't close or something like that. So that's with anything really, like the garage. It's mainly doors, locks, like light switches, the stove switches, putting things back, like turning on my phone alarm and stuff like that. And it's a very, like, irrational part of, like, my mind, where it's like, I know I closed it, I know I turned things off, I know I did this, I know I did that. And then there's a little tiny voice that's just like, but what if you didn't? Or what if you knocked it? Or what if the way that you turned it off was wrong? Or what if this? Because if you didn't do it, then this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. Or what if this happens? And it's very tiring, and then you keep doing, like, the checking of making sure everything is off, and then that takes up time, and then you're tired of it. So trying to break that was, like, really hard at first. It's way better now, and I like know how to manage it more. Excuse me. But at first, that first couple months was very hard. It was pretty hard and frustrating. It's also frustrating because, like, with mental illnesses, that you can't, I don't know if it's rude to say, but, like, you can't see it physically on someone's. Like, if I told you I had OCD, you'd be like, okay, like, whatever. But you wouldn't know it just from looking at me. So it's really hard to, like, explain to people or tell people, like, how it affects you and what happens, because, like, unless you go through it personally, like, you wouldn't know. And yeah, I don't really, like, broadcast it to people. Like, I know, well, I kind of am now. But it's better now. I know how to manage it, and it's, I don't know, just live with it, basically. I mean, there's no, like, cure. There's no, like, cure or anything. It's kind of like you either have it or you don't, or you deal with it, you learn to deal with it, you learn how to suppress it, stuff like that. I guess you could, like, cure it with, like, your trauma or whatever, but yeah. I just wanted to talk about that, and if anyone had questions or something, or if they wanted me, like, to explain more or something like that. But yeah, I thought I'd share the little tidbit about myself. My husband just texted me, or Jamal just texted me and said he was coming home soon. It was a pretty, I guess, a chill day for them at work, but yeah, I'm gonna try and edit these videos, this one, and because I'm probably not gonna film the rest of today. Kind of have a headache. I don't know, but I didn't really sleep that well last night, and the night before, so I'll probably finish up these little flowers, and then just try and edit this video, and the one from my first one that I didn't even put out yet. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed these little vlogs. These first two are kind of like my learning curve because I've never edited a video before, but yeah, I think next week we'll be doing some fun stuff. I think we're going to the botanical gardens in Atlanta for the night show. You can walk through the lights and stuff like that, so I'll probably film that. My mom's coming back next week too. I don't know how she'll feel about me filming, but we'll see. Yeah. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Whether it's good morning, good afternoon, or good night.